FOG Andrew here, and Ryan here from Family and Gamers. Welcome, Wargamers, to an exciting, awesome episode. This is the official first episode of Bricks and Boards. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. Bricks and Boards is basically a new series that I want to do. Excuse my scratchy throat, by the way. My throat's been a little wonky lately, but that doesn't mean we're not going to be playing games and doing videos. Bricks and Boards is basically Lego and board games.
Yes.
All right, so Lego did a bunch of board games about 10, 12 years ago, and they just released this new one, Monkey Palace. Before we actually talk about our thoughts on this, I just want to say how weird this release was, because like I saw it revealed on Instagram. I saw Rodney Smith did a video about it on how to play on his channel and Watch It Played, and they said it would be in October. Had no idea, tried pre-ordering it, couldn't find it anywhere, and then all of a sudden we were at Target.
Yeah, we just wandered in Target, and you're like, "Oh, I know what this is."
Yeah, I was like, "Are you serious?" So they had like 2 copies there in the Lego aisle or in the Lego section of Target. So then I picked it up, and we played how many games?
This is the 4th game.
This is the 4th game.
This was yeah. We played 3 with.
We did about 4
We played
games.
2 with them, and then we
did
were
a
like,
third
we have
one.
one of our friends had to leave in like a half an hour, and we're like debating on what we should do. We're like, why don't we just play another one? 30 minutes straight.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, what timing?" So we're done.
Yeah. And then we just played again just now, just to get our thoughts together on how to play. But yeah, I mean, like the release stuff for this was a little weird. We can talk about it a little bit more later. So yeah, Lego and board games. I mean, my 2 favorite things, basically, my 2 favorite hobbies, if you will, Lego and board games. Mix them together, put them into here. Monkey Palace. We got the monkey here. So yeah, and now they have other Lego board games that came out years ago. Minotaurus, yes, that's a good one. I just spit all over Jesus. That was a good one, but part of this series, we're going to take a look at some of the older ones, and then if they do more, modern Lego board games, we'll definitely be talking about those. But let's just talk about Monkey Palace in general. First thing I want to talk about, component-wise, before we actually get into stuff like that, you're getting like actual Lego pieces. Like these are not like fake, like this is Lego. You could see the logo there. Like these are real Lego pieces, and like Lego pieces, they're good plastic. You're getting some small cards, which are they're okay quality, and you got some like player boards, which are again okay quality. What I love is the tray to organize the 3 different Lego pieces.
Yeah, you're a little OCD in your tray.
I do. I like me some organizing. I mean, if you saw our Catan New Energies review, I raved about the fact that each player has, their pieces in a box, and then you can organize it and everything. I love it. I love that stuff. So, I mean, you're getting some pretty quality components here. And I mean, even this is solid, a solid tray, and an actual Lego base plate, which is pretty cool too. But yeah, I mean, components for you.
And it's Legos.
It's Lego.
Lego.
The plural of Lego is Lego.
Okay. So who calls them Legos? People don't get it.
No, Legos is like that's Lego's thing.
Well, the possessive.
Right.
It's technically possessive and plural possessive. No, this is an English class, so
anyway.
But yeah, no, I think the components are good. So you're getting the bits. Probably can't see it. I just threw one in the box. But you're getting the single bits. You're getting a 3-bit column, and you are getting an arch. They come in different colors.
Mm-hmm.
You're also
the colors don't matter.
They do not matter. You're also getting butterflies, a single monkey, and gold pegs to go at the top.
Yes, and then don't forget the little bamboo leaves and stuff. So yeah, I mean, component wise, this stuff's good here. Now, theming for this I was a little skeptical about.
I don't care about the theme.
No, I don't. Like that's the thing. Like I don't really care about the theme either. Like you when I saw this was revealed, I was like, you're telling me Lego has all these IPs and they couldn't do something based off of that, or maybe even something a little bit more interesting than a monkey, you know, building a palace.
I like how the monkey is the one building the palace, but we're actually the ones building the palace, and he actually gets in the way.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's
You
kinda
could
funny.
have the monkey block stuff.
Simply put, the monkey destroyed the palace. It's his job to rebuild it, and each player is taking a turn at rebuilding it, and sequence and such matters.
Yes. So like you have these pieces here. I guess I'll quickly do a summary of like how to play before we talk about like our overall thoughts on gameplay. You basically you have these pieces, like Ryan said. You have the arches, you have the bricks, you have the columns, and you start somewhere on the ground here. And if you look there, there's like little holes that you can stick the pieces into, and you have to basically end by building a staircase with the pieces onto something that is on the like on the palace and touching another piece. It's not going to start like this. This is just like this is our post game how it might look after playing. And yeah, you could use the bricks, you could use the columns, use the arches. After you have put it down a certain amount of arches, you get monkey points, and then over here is the market, and you can basically purchase cards that at the end of your turn will get you more bricks to later on use in the game. There, if you build like tall columns and bricks and stuff, you get these bonus cards. If you're the tallest bamboo or gold, you can place the butterfly, which is worth an additional 2 points. And if you place the gold, you can put the monkey somewhere, and the monkey can block someone from building somewhere. So, and then yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for how it plays, gameplay wise. Who wants to start here?
It's easy. It's you know it's pretty standard. I think there is more strategy behind it than the game lets on.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because there were times where I was like, frick, like, well, where am I going to? I don't know where to go. So I just I was spinning around the board, and I was like, I guess this is probably like calculating outcomes, like the best spot to go. That's actually what probably when we played brought me closer to. I lost, but it's probably what pulled me away to earn some. Like I think I probably pulled away with 20 points between that round and the next round just because I did that. So
right,
probably more than 20 actually. But either way, not the point. Yeah, it's pretty like everything is very structured. No pun, no. Obviously this is a structure, but so no pun intended. But
I got it. I got the joke.
Basically you're flowing to get higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, and there's only so much space available, and you're using like a scarcity. There's a scarce amount of resources, so like basically you're trying to get the best construction materials to get as high as possible. And there are things like the monkey or the butterfly topper that make it harder. And then just resource scarcity makes it hard as well, because like you could just build like 2 columns up, and that might be the one of very few available spaces, and it just kind of doesn't work like that.
Right.
So basically every arch you put down, you get a point. If you get the highest of whatever specific topper, whether it's green, dark green, or the gold, you get an extra point. And yeah, it's as simple as that. You use that money to pay for the cards. The cards have a victory point value on them. You could split it up. So if I had got 8 points, I could do a 4-point card and a 4-point card, and they have different like victory point values. So there's cost points and there's victory points. Gotta keep an eye on both of them, and the cards have the resources you'll be getting after purchasing them. So I think it's pretty good.
So overall, you think it's pretty good?
It works.
Yeah.
I like any game that's based on some kind of scarcity. It's why I like Everdell. It's why I liked Wingspan. I get a similar vibe. There's a marketplace. Marketplace games are really interesting. We've played a few deck builder stuff.
Yeah.
That had I don't want to say the market element, but had that resource scarcity.
Well, you have Everdell with the Meadow. You have Lost Ruins of Arnak.
That's what I was referencing.
You know what I mean? Yeah. With some like the stuff at the top that you can buy.
I think it follows a very simple formula, and that works. I think it's harder it's harder individually for the more players.
So we played 2 players and we played 4 players. So we've played both sides of the spectrum of how many players you can do.
I definitely thought this was more free flowing with 2 players.
Yeah.
And honestly, like ironically enough, I think the palace looks better with just 2 people building it.
Yeah. I mean, here we'll do a little rotation here, but we got
It
there's
kinda
the front of the palace. There's like we got a courtyard in the back there. There's like the kingdom with the king's throne with the monkey. You know what I mean?
Which is kind of crazy because we were just like, you're not like thinking about that.
Right. Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
like-
No, like you're not trying to build something. You're just trying to build as high or get as many points, monkey points, to use to buy more cards, to get more bricks, to buy more cards, to get more points. So, for me, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like, I actually enjoyed it more than I thought. I had to get it, whether or not the theme was interesting, because of just the idea of a new Lego board game. Actually,
they haven't done this in a while, right?
like 10, 12 years. What are we in 2024? I think it's been like 12 years. I think 2012 was the last one. Before I have some stuff to say about that, but before just talking about this stuff, I love okay, so first of all, you have 4 boards you can basically play on. You have this one, you have another one, and then the colors change, which that does matter, because whatever spot you start on, that's the color that you put at the end of your staircase, which, if you have the highest one, grants you more points. The one that we have here has it so it's not like the top and the bottom here on both sides. They're different colors, but also the top and the bottom, there's like no spots to put any bricks. So now that kind of makes it a little bit like, okay, like this corner over here, you can't place anything anymore,
Right.
because we've placed everything this corner too. So now you have to either start there or the other side. So that made it a lot more interesting, I think. The other one is a lot I guess easier.
This
You
is
have a
probably
little bit more
better for 2
freedom.
players, honestly.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that would work with 4.
It'd probably be very chaotic.
Yeah, definitely. I love the market thing. I love it. I love that a lot. Again, like if you started on a light green space there, you could take a light green card, dark green, you take dark green and stuff like that. So you're, depending on where you're placing, depending on what you're doing, also factors in not only to where you're going to build for maybe later on, but also what you're going to buy here. The other interesting thing is, if I buy a card, I take it, I put it here, and then I have these like this stuff I can get at the end of my turn. But now I'm blocking other cards the more I'm cards I'm buying.
So simply put, you're getting a reward for this card when you first buy it, and then you're getting a replay reward, or like it's just like it becomes like a resource that will continuously resupply.
Right.
But you could bury that card by getting new cards. So you're working with a finite amount of space.
Right.
So at the end of the game, like we were playing, and I bought a card that's worth 10 victory points but has no resources.
Right.
So I had to end up. I was really playing it because I was like, oh, like this is probably my only shot to win. So
right. I think we ended 60 or 50?
71 to 59.
50. Yeah.
Which I mean, it's not too far off given the game, but
right. The other thing too, also, you have the monkey that can block stuff. You also have this butterfly piece, and that one you place at like the end of like a decoration piece or whatever. Then there's also this frog piece that when you play it, you take a I don't even know if we take a column piece for free, and then you place the frog at the lowest spot on the board, but it's worth -3 points. I don't really see the advantage to that, because there are a good amount of cards where you can just keep getting columns. So unless you want that like really early on, I mean, but that was kind of, I don't know, I don't like the frog thing. I think it's kind of a throwaway thing. We haven't even used it once out of the 4 times.
There was a frog. I didn't know there was a frog.
But I explained it to you. See, exactly. He didn't even know.
Way to throw me under the bus.
But yeah, I mean, so overall, I think it's pretty good. Now, what I really wanted to talk about is like comparing it to like those old Lego board games.
I don't know. The old ones were small, generally.
Right.
I only really remember Minotaurus. I know you have like the pirate one where you walk the plank, right? And there's that other one with like the skeletons in the row. That's a real. That's probably this width and length. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't. I would say we would have to probably play them for me to give a fair assessment of them. I love Minotaurus. Is great though. I love Minotaurus.
But listen, when it comes down to it, and we'll talk about this in other episodes of Bricks and Boards here, a lot of those games were roll the dice and move, or roll the dice and then do this because I got that result on the dice. There's no dice. This is like strictly strategic placing, strategic buying, strategic, I don't know, inventory management, I guess you can say. Like, so it's a lot more strategic than those old games. I will say that this is a collaboration between Lego and Asmodee, who publishes Catan. They made a new company called, I think, Dotted Games, which is their collaborative company where they're making Lego board games. So, I mean, honestly, I hope that they do more, 100%, because this was pretty good. I really think that they need to do do
it
more.
was a good start. I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. Again, the theming, I don't really care about, but gameplay wise, like it's pretty good, So now for you, what would you give Monkey Palace out of a 10?
Oh, on the spot. Well, I've lost all 4 games I've played. Not let's put that out as a let's just throw that out there and just say so it may impact my score. I'm gonna give it a 7. I think it's a good solid start. Like for me, a 7 is a positive score. I enjoyed it. I would play this casually. Yeah, I think the unfortunate thing is sometimes you can get stuck with a bad hand based on what's available because you're still pulling from the market and you don't know what's going to be underneath. So sometimes it's I was left off with a bunch of the singular ones.
Singular bricks.
Yeah, and that killed me. Pieces. I just dropped one. But I probably needed more arches, and it's just and it comes down to spacing and everything, so that can get a little frustrating.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I think a 10's really got to blow me away. I wouldn't say this blows me away. I think a 9 is one that I'm okay, I want to come over and play this every time. I think an 8 is the excitement, and 7 is just if you put it in front of me and I play it, I'm gonna have a good time playing it.
Right.
Maybe frustrated, but we'll have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm teetering between 7 and 8. I think I agree with you on the 7. I was originally thinking 8, but then as I thought about it more, I'm all right, you know what? 7 is probably where I would stand. Which I know people hear 7 out of 10 so it sucks. No, it's pretty good. Like I said, I'm teetering between putting it at an 8, but
it's a light 7 for me. It's a Fantano shout, but yeah, it's a simple concept, fun to play, quick, easy setup, not hard to understand. So I think if you have kids, it's probably good to play with your kids.
Right.
I
know people, not to cut you off, but I know people were saying oh well, people are gonna see Lego and think it's just it's a very simple game, and then bring it home, and then kids are just gonna play with the pieces and not even play the board game. But it's that's what I said. I'm who cares? Who cares or what the hell they do with it? You know what I mean? Even as an adult, this is ages 10 and up. I'm still enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's fun.
So. But yeah, you got anything else to?
No, I mean, I also guess this video is sponsored by Mr. Softy, considering the ice cream truck was behind it for most of the time.
Mr. Softy, if you want to sponsor us, you can sponsor us.
It's a Softy, Catan, Lego, partnership, Family of Gamers partnership.
Yeah. But that is our first episode of Bricks and Boards, so we'll hopefully do some more videos on the other Lego board games if they do more, which I very much hope that they do.
I would say they're going to.
I mean, they made a whole subsidiary company just to do this. But yeah, that's it, guys. Again, Target. You could probably pick this up at Target.
I heard it's available online too. So I think
yeah,
it's back in stock. So
yeah, online probably at Target as well. Other websites, I'm not too sure.
was it quick? And I know we're wrapping up. This was a Target exclusive.
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought someone said this was a Target exclusive.
Not that I know of. I think as far as I know, it's like it was at Target. You could get it at Target, but it's also like you could get it at like weird.
Could you get it at the
websites or
Lego
whatever.
store?
I doubt it. I would be surprised. Which I don't know. I don't know if they didn't have faith in this, but this doing well. But buy it, support this because I want them to do more Lego board games. Definitely, 100%. But that's it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're done?
I'm done. I'm done.
He's
We can say goodbye now. We're done.